Great. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Cumberland Board of License Commissioners meeting on Wednesday, February 18th. We'll call the meeting to order at 7:30 p.m. First, we got the acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting from February 4th, 2026. Motion by Commissioner Kinch, second by Commissioner McGill. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, 7-0. Next, we have new business, Class B&T license for public hearing, an application for a Class B&T non-transferable license from Upper Deck Baseball Academy LLC located at 75 John C. Dean Memorial Boulevard. We will call the public hearing open at 7:31 p.m. We have someone representing Upper Deck here. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Good. You can speak your name and address for the record.
Got it. Ed Dean, 109 Staples Road.
Jeff Lyons, 27 New York Avenue.
Very good. Welcome. So you're here applying for B&T?
Thank you, Brad.
So the Upper Deck has been there. It's a baseball, softball facility. A lot of you guys probably know where it is and what it is. It's been there since 2001. And just recently, some space right next door in the same building opened up, about 25,000 square feet. And because the program has been, is where it's at now, the plan is to expand it, basically almost quadruple the size of it. And, we're kind of modeling, it's going to be baseball, softball primarily, with open space for soccer, lacrosse. I've talked to some of those guys about it. And, right now the way it works is the parents sit in the parking lot for 2 hours while the kids in there practicing or whatever. And, there's really nothing for them to do. So the idea, and you'll see in the picture to the left, and this is just like a rendition of the space right now. It's not, hasn't been done or anything yet, but, the idea is to have a spot for the parents and that stuff, and the kids to get a quick snack. There's no full kitchen or anything. It's just going to be like, popcorn, hot dogs, pizza, air fryer type situation, just picky type food. And we figured like Wide World of Sports kind of has up there. They have a little bar up there, and with some TVs. So basically, give the parents somewhere to kind of hang out, and kids grab a snack if they want something to eat.
Very good. Wide World of Sports doesn't have a full liquor license. They have a beer and wine license. So this would be.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I originally was going for a beer and wine license, but then I was advised by some people I talked to that, well, if you can just get the full thing, otherwise, if you want it down the road, you're going to go through the whole process again.
Okay.
But I mean, primarily it's going to be beer and wine anyway. This is Jeff. He runs the facility.
Okay. And before I reserve any questions for the council, is anyone in the audience that'd like to speak in favor or against? Unless Mr. Lyons, you had something to say too, before I jump to that?
No, just that, it's a great opportunity for us. And that's one of the, the comments that we get all the time. I wish we had a place we can get a couple of hot dogs and keep the kids happy and not have to, go out to eat afterward. They can kind of take care of it right then. So I think it's a good opportunity to, keep the parents happy, keep the kids fed. Just a quick snack and a glass of wine for mom who's waiting for her 2-hour practice to end. So I think it's a win-win.
Yep.
It's Mr. Chairman. Oh, I'm sorry. Has the menu been finalized yet? We noticed we didn't get a copy of it, so this is still up in the air, really a concept thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can get that to you. We haven't gotten to that step yet. We're not really
Sure.
planning on opening until like June.
Sure. I mean, as far as for an application goes, it's incomplete for a B&T because it doesn't have the menu part of it, right? It is if you have a concept in mind, it's, you can bring it all together. 'Cause
Yep.
that was definitely something that stood out. The other question I had was the hours as it pertains to the facility being opened in the bar area that you had imagined it to be. What were the hours going to be? Because that
Right,
was
looking at 4 to 10.
4 to 10 every night?
Oh, no, that's gonna play that by ear. Probably 5, at least 6 days a week.
Okay.
We get a lot of activity in there on the weekends.
Because
And
it is a
and right
training,
now it's full. I have no, we have no space anymore. We can't run clinics right now because we have 18 teams,
right?
stone crab teams, and they take up all the time slots. Then we have Cumberland Baseball, Lincoln Baseball, Attleboro, the other outside locations use it for training and that stuff as well.
And this is a training facility. It's not like Wide World where they actually play games like indoor baseball,
Oh,
and stuff
yeah,
like
this-
that, right? Where,
This is all for the teams to come in and
correct.
run we'll run clinics and stuff like that in there. No, there's no way to play a,
Just for people that
Yeah.
don't know exactly what goes on inside, like I'm aware of it, but it's
Yep.
it's specifically like sort of rented out for training, specifically for those specific areas of the sport.
correct. Yeah,
So-
we'll have catchers coaches in there, like the guy running the baseball program is gonna be Addison Kopak. He played for the Padres last 3 years. And we're gonna have, trainers in there for pitching, catching, hitting, and then the team side of it as well. So it's kind of divided out into quadrants with a fifth area for a lot of the pitching and training portion of it. And for the open hours, the member hours as well.
So then, thank you. And so I'll open back up to anyone in the audience that'd like to speak in favor or against the license. Seeing nobody. Anyone on Zoom, Madam Clerk?
Jody's have a question. You ready?
All right, so we'll close the public hearing and leave all questions to the council.
Jody.
Commissioner Sweet.
Excuse me, because the little plan that you included is a little bit difficult to read. So I can't make out everything. About how large do you expect the bar area to be?
The bar area is probably, let's see, it's basically one pole length. We'll say it's about 1,200 square feet.
Okay, and do you plan to, have some signage or something that says like drinks need to be contained there, so they're not in like the practice?
Yeah,
areas?
we'll
Okay.
have that. We're not gonna want, that's the other part of it too. We don't want parents out walking around the facility area
Yeah.
when the kids are out there swinging bats and hitting balls. So and there's actually, so that the space is already there.
Yep.
We're just retrofitting what's already existing.
Okay,
And there's a separate entrance for that area
okay,
versus the facility. So when you come in the main entrance, there's a door to the right, which will go to the bar area, and to the left goes out into the training facility.
okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Another question.
Um,
Right, just because it's hard to see from the diagram also, I see how it's segmented to the left. Is there gonna be like a petition, something that kind of separated a little bit from the, or is that just?
Yeah,
one
that's-
open Space and you.
so-
Hey, that's with a.
So it's already a room that's divided. It's already carved out. I should have brought the aerial view of it.
Yeah.
Um,
So it is separate.
yeah, it's separate.
Separated.
Yeah, there's wall. It's totally enclosed.
Oh, it's totally.
Yeah, there's a door to get out to the training facility, but it's totally enclosed as is right now.
I
Do you
have
have
another
another one?
question.
Yep.
I did, just going on, I just want to clarify, Mr.
Sure.
Dean, Saturday, it won't open at 1, or is it always going to be 4? Are you going to try?
Oh, that's true. Saturday will probably be open earlier, correct?
Okay. I just
Yeah, it'll-
wanted-
it'll probably be like an 8:30 open time on Saturday and potentially Sunday as well.
Okay, so we're looking at maybe after 12 o'clock on Saturday or Sunday?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking during the, because we're basically doing that now.
And is it still till 10 PM on Saturday and Sunday?
Correct. Yep.
So start earlier and still end at 10.
Yes. Yeah, this gives us a lot more room to work with, and, now you can have 2 or 3 teams in there at the same time instead of, right now, we're kind of pigeonholed to one team in there at a time.
Any other questions?
Just,
Commissioner Baloo?
just one, or a few. So can alcohol be served during all business hours?
Well, I think it starts after 12 for the state, isn't it?
Are there restrictions by the town regarding the time of service for alcohol?
The time of service of the alcohol, if I'm not mistaken on the rules and regs, there's an end time at I believe it's at 12. So if you're closing at 10, you're fine to meet that. In the weekends, it's 1. But
Yep.
in the afternoon, Madam Solicitor, do you?
I'm just looking at the state law. It's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock.
And-
1 o'clock to end it or
Yeah, to
begin?
end.
To end it. And to
And-
begin it, is there something in the state law? Is it like 10 a.m. or 8 a.m. because of like breakfasts that serve mimosas or restaurants that serve mimosas and stuff? Like,
We did get rid of that.
It's early, like morning.
yeah,
But my concern though, I'm hearing about this menu, you're supposed to have a substantial amount of food.
right. And I was gonna get to, I was gonna allowing the
Okay,
question. I was gonna get to what I was gonna say once the questions were answered for the concept, because you can still move ahead with the concept regardless of what I'm gonna speak to the application for the
Yep.
specific license, right? The B&T being a full liquor license has a much more, rigorous part of it with the food part. It's not just like popcorn or whatever, right? There's a minimum expectation when it comes to that. And so you have to sort of have that part of that on the menu. But that aside, personally, like I have a problem with the hard liquor part with the kids facility in a kids facility. I didn't mind it at Wide World because it was beer and wine, right? And that kind of thing. But I have a thing when it comes to the hard liquor involved with the kids, any type of kid facility. And I don't want to be the first to vote for
Sure.
something in the state, because I don't even think it exists in the state, never mind in the region, and something like this when it comes to a full liquor license. That's my opinion, and I'm sorry to say that I'm going to be a no to the B&T. But that said, it would be your prerogative to pursue the beer and wine,
Yeah,
if that's something that you want.
honestly, I'm just looking for the beer and wine, to be honest with you.
Now,
I mean, it's gonna be guys like Jeff back there serving. He's not making too many mixed drinks.
No.
so, so that's that. So that being said, is there any other?
Yeah, I mean, I would be concerned just like if you're not doing a more extensive menu, just because of like the regulations at the state level and, the amount of money you're supposed to make in food sales, like you might be kind of getting yourself off on the wrong foot if you stay at full liquor instead of beer and wine. So you might,
Yeah, I didn't realize it tied into the menu as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's like-
that's fine. I have no issue with it.
So do you want us to table it and you could, or can we vote on?
Yeah, do I have to just,
Well, Madam Solicitor, what is this? This is a pretty,
So I'm kind of just looking at this right now. I can certainly advise later. But I'm pretty sure it requires a kitchen for a beverage license.
yes, I believe it.
And sales of over 50% have to be food.
You want to, I can't hear you, Pete.
Was it La Perche that we softened that up on?
Perch. What's perch?
La Parche, when La Parche, did we,
I don't know what La Perche is.
was on the Broad Street one?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember if there's anything that was softened up.
It's not us softening anything.
It's
It's
the
the state.
It's the state law, right? Yeah. So we wouldn't have softened up anything. I don't mind.
I think there's kind of in between lines, it's a happy medium here. I too,
No.
I too would be a little nervous being the first one. So I don't know if anybody has an objection or comment. I'll make the motion to deny this one and hope we see you back with. the
yeah,
other.
I can just resubmit it for the beer and wine license. That makes sense.
Okay, so that's,
So we have a motion to deny? Or do you want to make the motion to approve and make it denied? Does it matter? We never really.
yeah, I'll make a motion.
All right.
To approve the license.
All right. So we have a motion to approve by Commissioner
Bob.
Kinch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Bradley.
One question, if we deny it, doesn't he have to reapply for everything?
It'll be, but
I mean, why don't you just table it and
Yeah,
then he can replace his application with whatever he wants to do.
That, Yeah, thank you, Madam Secretary. That's what thought we were gonna get at, but you wanted to do
No, I
anything,
just
so I
wanted to-
just wanted you to.
I think we had an agreement there. kind of-
Yeah.
I didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We'll talk about what has to be done. I don't want to just talk off the cuff. Because they're asking for less than what was advertised, it's probably not going to be a problem.
So, so the suggestion is that we'll just table this for a month till next month. We'll have, Madam Clerk get with you as far as what is required, what on your end,
Sure.
not just for us, but what's expected of you to have in the facility.
Yep.
And then if it can be like sort of represented
Yeah.
for the next
absolutely.
meeting.
I'll make sure you get a menu for the next
All right,
one.
that's fine. So we'll have do we have a motion to table?
Motion to take.
All right, motion to table by Commissioner Kinch, seconded by Commissioner McGill. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, 7-0.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, the date for the first meeting in March. Thank you. For March 4th. Thank you. All right, next we have public comment. Anyone would like to speak? If you like to speak to anything about liquor, you can come right on up, sir.
Yeah.
You can come right on up, sir. You have to speak your name and address into the mic before you ask your question.
My name's Arav Jain. I live at 15 Knollwood Drive. When they said 10, like the times, was that PM or AM?
It was both, depending on what you were asking.
They said like 4 to 10. Was that 4 to 10 PM or 4 to 10 AM?
4 to 10 PM.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I hope not.
And very good. No one usually comes up and asks questions at the end, so I appreciate you doing that. Anyone else on Zoom? All right, next we have motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Kinch, second by Commissioner McGill. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned at 7:47 PM.
Okay, welcome, everyone. Welcome to the regular scheduled meeting of the Cumberland Town Council for February 18th, 2026. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:47 PM. For the record, all the council members are present. I also want to welcome Troop 1 and Troop 12 here to the Town Council. Thank you. And I also want to thank you for the invite for the invite to address you about the citizenship and community. I enjoyed myself as well, but I understand you're going to join us and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So please, when you want to come up and line up, we'll get you on TV and do the Pledge of Allegiance. How's that? All right, please stand. Come on down.
Come this way. Come back this way. Come back this way. You guys come over here. Get right in front of us.
Here you go.
And then face out that way. There you go.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Next on our agenda is general announcements, and if you just bear with me, I will at the end of this short statement ask for a moment of silence for our neighbors who suffered during that recent tragedy at Dennis M. Lynch Ice Arena. So just with that said, on behalf of the Cumberland Town Council, I'd like to pass on our sincere condolences to the victims and families of that terrible tragedy that took place at the Dennis M. Lynch Arena, and to also the city of Pawtucket and all the schools that were participating on both teams. As a former hockey parent myself, I know how deep and committed that hockey community is. So with that said, I just want to pass on our prayers and condolences to that group. And if I could just have a quick moment of silence for those who pass. Thank you. Okay, we're moving down on our agenda. Does anyone else have a general announcement they'd like to make? Seeing none, we're going to move on to our next item on our agenda. We have our consent agenda. If there are no questions or comments by the council, I will take a motion to approve. So moved by Councilor Shaw, second by Councilor McGill. All in favor to approve, say aye. Any opposed? The consent agenda passes by a vote of 7-0. Next item, we have another public comment section. Is anyone in the chamber, or does anyone in the chamber would like to address the council on any matter? Please feel free to step up to the mic and just state your name and address for the record. I see no one in the chamber. Is anyone joining us virtually? No one in, going down to the next item. On our agenda is reports and communication. We're at number 6. We have reports out of executive session votes that may be necessary to report. We took no votes in executive session. The next item on our agenda is a request from Rosalie, she pronounced that Yurza? Okay, I know she's joining us Zoom, for a time extension from 10:30 p.m. to midnight on April 11th, 2026 for a wedding at the lodge, and this will be for a possible vote. Is the applicant joining us? Hi, welcome to the Cumberland Town Council. Thank you for coming.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm not sure if my,
Yeah, so we wanted you here because we haven't had an extension asked there. And I think I saw where you were asking the extension, and I think I see why. Are you active service in the military?
I am, yes.
Both?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So was there anybody who had any questions of the applicant of why we wanted to have this extension? Council Sweet?
I know that you said that the start time was not until, was it 4:30, 7?
7 p.m.
Sorry, I've got too many times in my head right now. Is there no ability to start any earlier than that?
Unfortunately, there is not, because the ceremony itself will be at 5 p.m. in
Okay.
Bristol, and it just doesn't really allow for that to start any sooner.
Okay.
Anyone else? All right, if there is no further questions of the applicant, we're sorry to bring you down for only the short amount, but I wanted to clarify why, because we did have concerns of that being in a neighborhood. And when they say 12, it closes, that means there's traffic moving 12:30 out of the area going through. So we were just worried about the noise.
I understand.
Yeah, if there are any other questions or comments, I'll take a motion to.
Can I,
Oh, of
can I
course.
ask the mayor a question? What is the current status of events at the lodge? Do we feel equipped to handle one that's going until midnight, given cleanup and everything else that has to happen?
We stand prepared to do whatever needs to be done to take care of that event and any event that would be after that. I'm not sure if there is an event on the 12th or not,
Okay.
but if there is, I'm sure that we will be prepared to honor that commitment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments before I take a motion to approve the license extension? Oh, I'm sorry, Counselor, excuse me. Oh, okay, I get a motion, unless, did you have another?
Just my only comment is I'm inclined to vote in favor because of some very specific circumstances around, active duty service, limited ability to change the schedule and things. But I just want to make sure people understand it's not going to be open season on, I think events should be happening at the lodge until midnight regularly. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes for the neighborhood and things like that. But I'm inclined to vote in favor because of those circumstances at this point.
Thank you. So I still got a motion from Council Materia to approve. It has been seconded by Council McGill. All in favor to approve the request, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The license has been extended or the time has been extended till midnight. Congratulations and best of
Thank you
luck.
so much for your time.
Okay. Next item on our agenda, we have an update on the Rawson Road Dam permitting. Mayor Mutter.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. So I just have this on the agenda just to bring you up to speed. We're a little bit behind what we had anticipated back, and I don't exactly remember what month it was, but we did anticipate being a little further along. But I did have an update provided by Engineer Mulaney from Par Corporation, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but so we currently expect that the permits will be received within 3 to 4 months of submission. However, actual review times are dependent on DEM's workload. We're still waiting on just one attestation form, but that's because one of the property owners is in Florida. So we anticipate the permit submission by the end of February and receiving all permits by the end of June. That would put us back on bidding the project that we anticipate will take 2 months, tracking towards a September start of construction. So this timeline has been constricted a little bit. So I just wanted to let you know, but right now, at least getting us to the point where the permit would be reviewed, and then we put it out to bid, and then there'll be something brought in front of the council for your consideration in the September timeframe, because we really need to get the construction started this year. So we're still on schedule, but tight.
Okay. Thank you. Does anyone have a question for the mayor on this particular topic? Hearing none, I'm going to move on to the agenda. We're now at item D, monthly and quarterly financial reports ending January 2026. Does anybody have any questions on those? Next is the
Just
check reg.
If I may, just
Of course.
Just one. So, related to, it says page number 30. And it's revenue for police detail, if I'm reading this correctly. The year-to-date revenue is 543,606. Is that what is budgeted for police detail? Do we know?
Page 30?
At the top right corner, it says page number 30. So yep, I think it's page 30.
No, so that police detail is Fund 315. So we budget, I believe the general fund budget is 265,000, though I don't have it in front of me. But that would be, so I don't, Fund 315 has a fund balance that as of June 30th, 2025, you then add the revenues that are associated with that fund and then deduct the expenses. And so what you're looking at there is one side of the equation.
Yep.
I can tell you that that my most recent check of that fund, which would have been today, has it a net positive about 70,000. We budget 265. So, but we have that fund back a few years ago started at a significantly higher fund balance and has not been. So we've been chipping away at it a little bit appropriately, but it is if it stayed at its current trend, we would not be able to appropriate the same amount in FY27. I don't know if that makes any sense, but we have 265 appropriated for this year. We will reach that amount, but the 265 is going to be, what did we have when we started the year?
Yep.
What revenue did we take in? What expense did we have associated with it?
Yep.
And it better equal at least 265 because we're going to take 265 out of that fund. And right now we have more than that.
Okay.
I can get you, an actual, I could probably do it before the end of the meeting to show you like the balance sheet for Fund 315.
That would be great. Just if I read it at face value, I was curious if
Yeah.
you were generating more revenue due to other circumstances, maybe state activity, but it sounds like no, once it's,
Well, no, we're generating more revenue than we're expensing, but that has not always been the case. There were years when we didn't. There were years where we were and we never appropriated any of it. So that's why we started to appropriate it in the general fund. So, but I can get you the right up till this hour, before the end of the meeting.
that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions on the financials? Check registry? Going to move down to item F. We are now at item F. Request from the tax assessor to review and approve January 2026 abatements and supplementals. We have a total of 2025 tangible abatements for approval in the amount of $38.60. Do I have a motion to approve? Motion by Councilor Shaw, second by Councilor McGill. All in favor to approve, say aye. Any opposed? The tangibles passed by a vote of 7-0. Moving down on our agenda, we are now at G, and we just have department reports that we review. So we're going to start. I'm just going to list them for the record: Animal Control, Building Committee, Building Official, EMS and Library, Parks and Recreation, Planning and Community Development, the Police Department, Senior Services, and the Town Clerk's Office. Council, anybody have any question on any of these reports? Hearing none, moving right along down the licenses at number 7. We are a third-class Vittling House license. We have Rosa's Italian Bakery doing business as Julian's Italian Bakery at 1181 High Street. It's pending fire approval and building. This is tabled from February 4th, 2026. I understand we have somebody from Julian's. Good.
Yes, sir. Glenn Conway, 55 Harmony Court, Warwick, Rhode Island.
Thank you. So this has been tabled because it's been in front of us for a period of time.
Yes,
We
sir.
understand the bakery is taken care of and free to operate or if we give approval. But I think my question, and before I turn it over the question, why are we fighting so hard for you to cooperate or that building to cooperate with our building officials?
The short answer is that we are a restaurant group, and there's very few of us that are operating all of the restaurants. We have 2 restaurants, the bakery and a diner, and it's just not for lack of caring or anything. It's organization failure on our end to execute what needed to be done. 2 of the 3, which I believe are taking care of the electrical, as well as the demolition permit. The plumbing permit has proven more difficult in getting somebody out here in a timely manner. Should we be granted an extension, I will take it upon myself to make sure we get that permit pulled. And it's really for somebody to come, for a plumber to come in, pull the permit, review what's there, and to approve it, if you would, on his end. And for the building inspector to come in and do that final inspection.
And I thank you for taking the responsibility for it. But as a restaurant group, with your experience dealing with government bodies, the council and the government bodies are the ones that keep you in business, or at least allowing to keep in business. So I would kind of put that on the higher end of the list to at least keep in touch. We're a very business-friendly council and that's why you got so many extensions, because we would never want to shut anybody down. But I know we're getting to the end of this cooperation, going all the way back, would we say to
Few months.
February, a few months. So But anyway, with that said, does anyone have any other questions for Mr. Shaw?
Not so much a question, just a statement. First, thank you for being humble enough to take on the responsibility. Like the president said, we are business friendly. We don't like taking it to the extreme where accountability needs to be, we're closing businesses down. Like that's not, doesn't make sense to me. That being said, I would be all for the approval of the vittling license tonight, but with the condition that not so much for you to come back, but that we as a council get a report, and say in a month and by the first meeting in April, that there's progress going on with you, the building department of the town, and that there's communication, and that, and if we have to keep going from that aspect, that's fine. But I just don't want, yes, it's yours to go, and then it gets, left out in the wind, So for the council members there, when it comes time, that would be a stipulation on the motion, if we all agree. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yep.
Counselor Sweet or Counselor Bolio? Counselor Bolio.
When do you think you can have the work completed by?
The work is complete. What's missing is a plumbing permit to be pulled and paid for. And to have that plumber come and sign off. And then the building inspector, which has been patient and just completed probably yesterday, the fire inspection, as well as the demolition permit having been paid for with the fire inspection. There was a bullet list of things that Friday the fire inspector had given me, and by Sunday, the strobe lights were installed, the smoke detectors were installed, the exit signs were installed, and we worked, granted, not as quick as we should have. Like I said, we dropped the ball. But I just need to get a plumber to pull the permit, inspect the work, and then for me to call the building inspector to come and give it final approval. So there's nothing that has to be done other than the permit being pulled, paid for, the plumber signing off on it, and the inspector then coming in and doing the inspection.
Is there anything preventing you from contacting the plumber for the permit within the next few days?
No,
Because
ma'am.
they-
That's why I haven't been necessarily part of that process of pulling permits and whatnot. I have been managing the bakery, and I have been meeting the inspector there, the fire inspector, knowing where this is right now, that I will take it upon myself to find a plumber willing to come out in a short period of time to pull that permit, inspect it, and to expedite this being closed.
Would you estimate you could complete the work end to end, what's remaining in 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
So my interest would be to extend it 30 days, but I have a question for the solicitor. This is related to a number of issues that needed to be addressed. Is there a liability should there be a problem with the building? Like I can see it says fire approval that the town is responsible for?
I'm pretty sure I saw an email today that there are no fire. I think that's what we're most concerned about so the answer is there's always potential liability, but I think the town prioritizes that there are not any fire-related issues. Sounds like what I'm hearing is the work's been done, but we need basically a plumber certification that it's been done. Is that?
Correct.
Yeah.
And the permit pulled.
Right, but I mean, the work has already been done, but you need somebody to certify that it's been
Correct.
done, and then that's part of the process. So there's always, as I say, anybody can sue anybody, but we're mostly concerned about safety, public health and safety, and it doesn't sound like there's any of that going on.
So my preference would be to extend it for 30 days. That way we know there's a deadline and we're not having to commit to something if it's incomplete, to withdraw a license or retract whatever the Vittling House license is. So that's just my thought.
I was gonna say something similar. I would prefer to do an extension than vote on the license. You know, give them until, if it's the first, whether it's the, you know, second meeting in March, first meeting in April, to get it done. And then, you know, basically just do an extension. Just, I mean, I trust that you're taking it very seriously and you're gonna get it done, but I'd just be more comfortable than that, just because there has been some things that have gone a little awry and it's taken a little while. I would just like us to have all the i's dotted and t's crossed before we do the actual vote.
It's 60, it's the 30 days.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yep.
Just want to make sure it's good. Counselor Shaw, I don't think you had any problem shifting down from 60 to 30?
No, it's pretty much what I'm saying. So I'm fine with what the councilwoman said.
Any other discussion? Okay, hearing no further discussion, I'll take a motion to approve this for extension of 30 days
So move to the 18th.
to the
Yeah.
18th. Motion was made by Council Bowley. It was seconded by Council Shaw. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Zero. The extension passes for another 30 days.
Thank you. ladies and
Thank you
gentlemen.
for coming. Okay. Next item on our agenda is item B. We're at Vittling House license. We have an application for a first-class Vittling House license from Upper Deck Baseball Academy LLC, located at 75 John C. Dean Memorial Boulevard. Chairman Shaw.
Yeah, so I'd like just to make a motion to table this to the first meeting in April, where they'll be coming back for their license.
I got a that's the date.
Was it March 4th? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then it was March, then that's March 4th.
So we got a motion to table to March 4th.
Second.
By Council McGill. It is, excuse me, by Council Short, a second by Council McGill and Sweet. All in favor of the table, say aye. Any opposed? The license is tabled by a vote of 7-0. We're moving down. We have an entertainment license, an application for a special event entertainment license from the New England Mountain Bike Association for the Eastern State Cup Enduro Series event located at Diamond Hill Park on April 24th and April 25th and April 26th of 2026. Is the applicant here?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Welcome to the Cumberland Town Council, and thank you for coming down. I know if you just want to explain a little bit about the event.
Sure. I'm Charles Picard. I'm a resident of Providence. Please don't hold that against me. I'm the vice president of a nonprofit, New England Mountain Bike Association. We have a chapter here in Rhode Island. We're looking to bring a race that has taken place at Diamond Hill State Park when it was a state park a few times over the last decade or so. It's actually the 10th anniversary of the first event that was held there. And now in my capacity for this nonprofit, we're looking to bring that race back. The end goal being to raise some funding for outdoor activities here in Rhode Island. One being a project at Echo Lake that's going to install some multi-use trails. And with the sort of focus on bike activities in the town park with the new pump track and kind of building on the excitement of that. We've heard that there's an appetite for kind of expanding some of the activities there. We wanted to allocate a portion of the proceeds for this race to help fund that expansion. So the idea is just kind of recreate some of the past successes of the event there at the park and build on that.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions. When was the last time you held it in Diamond Hill? I just can't remember.
It was 2022.
2022. So since then, we've had some changes, obviously, to that park. Will that race now fit with the other things that we got?
Yes. Actually, the race in 2022 broke some records for being the most successful Eastern States Cup race ever, like all throughout New England. That's including really large venues like Sugarloaf Mountain, Killington. And I think we were at the limits at that time because it also coincided with a lacrosse game that weekend. So we've downscaled the participant cap to 250 in kind of anticipation of, reduced parking due to the lodge spots being allocated there, and just kind of planning for worst case, assuming that there is a lacrosse game on the Sunday morning, to just consolidate the parking just to the main gravel lot. We feel pretty confident that 250s, it's about 100 participants less than there were in 2022.
Thank you. Any other questions for the applicant?
Yeah.
Ms. Wheat?
I noticed on page 10 of the documentation, it says, please note that the north side of Diamond Hill Park from the roadway to the end of the property past the new lodge building will be closed from Saturday, starting at 10:30 until Sunday at 6 p.m. Is that for your event that it would be closed?
No, there apparently is a wedding
Okay.
happening on the Saturday.
Okay.
So we're kind of, again, just kind of planning for worst case.
Trying-
that We're trying to minimize kind of staging traffic. So there won't be any vehicle access to the part of the park where we typically hold the food truck events and
Yep.
so on. But for, a brief period, that gate may need to be open. So we worked with the Parks Director, Director Crawley, to make sure we could, as a backup, have access to the Fisher Road gate. And that's really just to get the Eastern States Cup staff in to be able to set up their registration tent, and so on and so forth.
Maybe the,
So that contingency came from Parks and Rec, and
Okay.
they provided that overview illustration, just showing that Director Crawley had some concerns of, vehicular traffic going past the lodge if there was a wedding or something, and there were, pedestrians and people walking around. He didn't want like a flow of traffic moving in and
Okay.
out of that gate, and that won't be the case regardless. But that's what his
Yeah.
concern was. That map was from Director Crawley.
and yeah, I'm just going to state it here because it says there will be no access to the back of the park. And it clearly says in our ordinance regarding the lodge and other places that no one can close the park to the public. So that was just strange wording. Mayor, did you want to?
Yeah, I can also say that I had problems with this language as well, and I did speak with the applicant. There is no event on the 26th, which is race day.
Yep.
There was a pending event, but I did check, and it is not booked for that day. And I am uncomfortable personally with only one means of egress from Fisher Road. So I've asked that we not entertain any rental event on the 26th.
Okay.
If you were to approve this particular event, because I believe you need to have, and for all, public safety, you're going to need both anyway. So that is not, I think on the Saturday, there is a wedding at noon. So I think everything can be taken care of, but I did have some issues with that. And I did go look actually today at the Fisher Road, and yeah, we need to be able to have two means. And so there will be two means on race day, and actually in the morning prior to the wedding, that should be accessible as well. So I don't think there's anything that we can't, negotiate through.
The only other question or comment, well, I would have two. One is, I assume since you guys do this all the time, you're pretty good at making sure people don't leave things behind. Because I have noticed, just as someone that goes hiking a lot on these trails, sometimes when we have these events, people leave trash and things tied to trees. And I assume you guys are pretty good at that since you're going to some.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of practice with this. The events that we host here in Rhode Island, our agreements with the DM
Yep.
staff is that it's 24 hours from the end of the event. Every scrap of paper and
Yeah.
plastic is scooped up, and we're lucky here in Rhode Island that we have a very committed bicycle community.
Yeah.
And we never run short on volunteers for the cleanup, which is, knock on wood, a lot of organizations have a hard time with that. So we're blessed to have a really great, strong community for that.
And the only other thing I'll ask is, the parks get busy with, foot traffic and things, especially as we get into the warmer months. So will you be containing things to Diamond Hill Park? Because there is sort of a crossover into like Mercy Woods trails, and that way maybe there'd be like one area where we knew those walking people could be, that they wouldn't be impinging on the biking people and,
Yeah, of
kind of get
course.
that word out.
Yeah, so Mercy Woods is 100% off the table. So we're not going into that space. Historically, when all of this property was managed by the state, this event took place on both sides of the road.
Yep.
So in parallel with this permit application, we're also pursuing a permit application with the state for the state side. Our activity on the state side of the road is going to be greatly reduced this time around, mainly because there's in the past, like the race sort of encroached onto wetlands and made the permitting process just way more complicated than it needed to be. So this time around, we're just trying to keep it as smooth and easy as possible and staying on kind of the front side of the state property.
Yeah.
So there will be a road crossing. We're going to coordinate with the police to make sure that we have the same police detail and traffic control that we've had in the past and make that as safe as possible for everyone.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Council Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, and just to add on to what Councilwoman Sweet was saying with the walking through 24 hours after, do you guys walk all the trails to make sure that the last guy didn't leave anything behind either for the safety of the bikers? Because as you know, like in the past, we've had 13th World back there.
Yes.
And kids are always back there, but is that part of your process prior to?
So part of the race process is that each stage of the race. So in your information packet, I did kind of give you about enduro racing to kind of give you an idea of what this style of mountain bike race involves. And after each race stage, so it's a staged race, five separate stages, there'll be a sweep, a course sweep. So after the last person drops in and does their race run, there's someone from ESC staff that rides the course and gives the all clear. And usually that's in the past, this has been done with EMS staff as well. So we kind of give the thumbs up to EMS that the course is clear and they can stand down.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions of the applicant? Thank you very much for coming down.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, there is no other questions. I'll take a motion to approve the license.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Council Sweet, it was second by Council Mativia. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The license passes by a vote of 7-0. We're moving down now at number 8. We're at new business. We have an appointment to the planning board. The planning board is a 9-member board, 3-year terms with 4 at large appointed by the town council and 5 appointed by the mayor. We have one applicant, James St. Thomas, as an at-large member with a term to expire January 31st, 2029. Mr. St. Thomas, I see you in the back there. Would you like to come down and introduce yourself to the council and tell us a little bit about yourself? We did get your resume. We see you have a planning background, but just in case there's any questions.
James St. Thomas, 14 Murphy Drive, Cumberland.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant? Good, Jody, did you have any?
Just,
Yeah.
I mean, we've had the opportunity to speak when I was campaigning, and you had some wonderful thoughts on the town, and you obviously have great experience. So I'd like to thank you for applying and coming in here today.
Thanks for the opportunity. President Kinch, like you, I'm just looking to give back a little bit to the community. It's been a great place to live, work, play, raise a family. So I have the time, so happy to do it.
Really, thank you so much. With your background, you'll be a great benefit to that board. So if there's no further discussion, I will take a motion to approve. I got a motion by Councilor Sweet, second by Councilor Shaw. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The the appointment passes by a vote of 7-0. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
we're moving down to our next item. We are now at Pension Board in OPEB appointment. That's a three-member board appointed by the town council for a three-year term. We have a Mr. Patrick Horgan replacing Irene Smith, term to expire January 31st, 2029. The applicant couldn't forward his resume and so forth in time, so I'm just going to ask that we table this until March 4th agenda. Okay, I'm moving down now. We're at ordinances. We have an
Do we
ordinance.
need to take a motion?
Do we need a motion for that?
No, if it's not advertised, you don't need a motion.
Okay.
Thank you. Ordinances. So we're at ordinance 26-01. We have an ordinance amending sections of the Code of Ordinance relating to stormwater management, flood hazards, soil erosion, sediment control, and utilities presented by the town council president on behalf of the administration. We're going to refer this to the ordinance subcommittee. Moving down to the next ordinance, we have 2602. We have an ordinance amending the fee schedule for the Lodge at Diamond Hill Park presented by the council president, Council Bolio. And presented by myself and Council Bolio. So we're also going to refer that to the ordinance subcommittee. Moving down, we are now on resolution 26-08. We have a resolution authorizing powering Mayor Jeffrey J. Mutter to engage CAM HVAC and Construction, Inc. for replacement of the boiler at 1512 Mendon Road for the amount not to exceed $21,194.08.
Good evening.
Chief, welcome. I was wondering why you were, yeah.
Yeah, haven't been here in a while, so I guess that's a good thing. So the boiler at our 1512 station ceased to work for about a few days in the middle of January. We had CAM HVAC come out, do some emergency repairs to it. From what we were told by the technician who came out, the system, the parts are obsolete. And doing my due diligence, I did research the company that made the boiler. They've gone out of business in last November. And there's parts I guess are truly scarce. So it's not like they were pulling my leg. So this quote is to have the contractor CAM perform the work, supply the boiler. They are on the state MPA list. I'm also investigating, prior to pulling the trigger on this, assume I get approval, some energy efficient options through the state, as well as whatever rebates may be available. So I'm still pursuing that, but this is sort of kind of a placeholder till we can, if it does happen again, we can sort of move forward with that in a sort of emergency basis.
Thank you, Chief. Does anyone have any questions of the chief on this? Council Sweet and then Council Bolio.
You said the boiler went out a couple of times in January, so were you guys just, and there were no heat?
So no, luckily we have the wall mounted units as
Okay.
well, so they were able to provide heat.
Okay.
They just didn't have hot water for
Okay.
showering. They could.
Well,
go
what
to
do
the
you
other
need that
station.
for?
Well, we have two stations, so that wasn't ideal, but
Yeah,
so.
okay, thank you.
That was my question. Thank you.
Okay, good. 2-1. Anyone else have a question of the chief on this? There's no further discussion. I'll take a motion to approve. So moved by Councilor Shaw, second by Councilor McGill. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The purchase or resolution passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you.
Chief.
Thank you.
We do have another public comment section of this, so if anybody would like to speak, I don't know if our visitors would like to talk during the public comment, please come to the podium, just state your name and address for the record.
I'm Thomas Grimes and I live at 23 Southbury Road. And I got a question. Do you guys like waffles or pancakes better?
Well, you could see, I think I'm more of a pancake.
Waffle.
Yeah, waffles are better.
Waffles. All right, we got a 3 vote on the waffles. That's not on the agenda. Are we okay to get by with that? Okay. Yeah, it looks like waffles won 4-3. Anybody else?
Mr. President,
Yes,
just if I may.
of course.
So thanks to the scouts for the attendance. I know how hard and dedicated you have to be to commit to all of these badges. But one thing I wanted to mention was all of the decisions that we made today are listed on our public record on cumberlandri.org on the government tab. And one of the interesting things that we've added to it are department reports. So if you want to know about animal control, like the dog catcher, or what the police department reports on, what the library reports on, that's all available for you in public. So, and after this meeting, the minutes will be posted. So if you wondered about our votes, like for waffles or other agenda items, it'll be there.
Thank you, Counselor. Any other questions from PAC 1 or Troop 1 or Troop 12? Okay. Counselor, do you have a comment? No. Yeah. Oh, please, Counselor Shaw.
If it pleases everybody, as most of you might not be aware, we had a passing of former council member Brian Desmarais for District 5. So at this time, I think it'd be nice just to hold a little moment of silence for the passing of Brian. Thank you.
Thank you. No other comments. I'll take a motion to adjourn at 8:30. Made by Counselor Shaw, second by Counselor McGill. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Thank you, Counselor. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, of course, I go on these transits.